Alright guys, it's been a while since we've done anything with the Jon Boat, and I've had an idea of what I want to do with it for a while, but unfortunately I've just been very busy around the house. I've had other stuff that I've had to spend time and money on, but today we are going to be getting the Jon Boat back on track. It's been getting neglected out there for quite some time, and we just had a pretty bad storm that blew the tarp off, completely filled it with rainwater, and almost knocked it off the frame of the trailer. And all last winter I had issues with securing it so that water wouldn't get in. So we're gonna hopefully knock out two birds with one stone with that today, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. As you can see, this thing's pretty rough. But at this point, it was never really in good finished condition with the steering wheel up there. And while I am going to be keeping the steering wheel, it's basically going to all be different by the time I'm done. I should also probably say that's not going to be in this video. But we're going to kind of start tearing this thing down and getting it ready. I've also got my Mercury 850 on here that I've been working on. Still haven't got the spark issue figured out yet. But today's project is we are going to be cleaning up this absolute mess of a shed and turning it into a garage for the Jon Boat. So that's going to entail taking some measurements to make sure it's actually going to fit. Alright, I'm still waking up here. Anyways, in the past what I've done to drain a little bit of water out of the boat is just use my little shop vac. That would take forever with the amount of water that's in there, so I went ahead and got one of these submersible water pumps. It's not necessarily a bilge pump for a boat, but it's like a wall plug-in style, made for basically small things like this. But we're gonna give this a shot. We're gonna set this in the boat, and then we're gonna start clearing the stuff on the outside of where the door is gonna be, and then we're gonna work our way inside and start cleaning up in there. Alright, this pump came with a bunch of different attachments, and I had some fancy blue silicone hose laying around, so that's what we're going to be using to attach it to the pump itself. It doesn't come with any actual hose, so you kind of got to figure something out on your own. But the good thing is this kit does come with a bunch of different style attachments and sizes, so that you can use basically any type of device, as long as you have some ingenuity or find something that fits. Alright, the pump's doing its thing, so we'll let that go. We'll get started cleaning up this stuff. I'd love to do a time-lapse video of this, but I only have one battery on this camera so far. By the way, I hope you guys like the video, because this is a new used camera to me. It's an old camera that I got off eBay, but the quality of this camera is still going to be, I feel like, a hell of a lot better than my last YouTube video that I posted. So yeah, we're going to get this cleaned up, start taking some measurements and get the inside cleaned up, and go from there. Alright, so the pump's been going for probably about 5 minutes now. I did notice it slowed down, but that was just because the little inlet was getting clogged. It's still going good. And the boat, as you can see, actually already righted itself. It's not like leaning anymore. I took measurements of my shed. There's more than enough width inside the shed, but the boat with the motor on the trailer is right about 21 feet, and this entire shed is right around 21 feet. So the good news, it's gonna fit. The bad news is I'm gonna have to organize this stuff extremely well. We're gonna have to make some compromises, and we're gonna have to declutter a lot, which everything I just said I'm okay with, so I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Alright, little update time. You can see that little pump actually did an excellent job. Got almost everything out of there. There's still a little puddle in there, but I'll be able to get that up with one swoop with my little shop vac. And I'd really recommend that little pump. I mean, if you got like a little bit of stuff in your basement, a little bit of water in your basement or something like that, any kind of standing water, that thing was excellent. So anyways, we're still plugging away here at the shed. Haven't got very far, but at least I got some lights in here to help me see everything. And if you're wondering about this big ass thing, this big pile, that's all just cardboard. I use it to start fires in my fire pit and stuff like that. So we'll be finding a more organized way to keep that stuff, because once it starts getting cold out, I do use that stuff pretty frequently, and I run out of it frequently. Those are my 2 boat seats. Gonna keep those. It's my little trash pile, and I'm just slowly trying to organize stuff out here as I go. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on going. Alright, so here's the update. Got everything cleared out enough to make the cut and get the boat in here. Again, obviously not ideal having all this random trash cardboard here, but again, I do use it, so I just got to reorganize it. Over here is actually looking much better. Got my toolbox right there. Everything's decently organized in there except for the top. I need to go through the top. I've got my air compressor right here with the hose looped up there, ready to be used. And obviously this shelf is gonna need to be reorganized as well as those boxes, but it's good enough for right now to get the boat in here. So yeah, gonna keep at it. Cut these 2 beams out. I'll use a hydraulic jack in one of these beams once it's cut out to apply some pressure right here, with another 2x6 running across, and then I have another 2x6 just like this that I'll with the other one supported with weight on it. I'll cut those 2, one of these old ones and one of the new ones I have, I'll cut it to fit here with the weight on it with the extra beam, and then we'll just run the beams next to those ones that are already there, and that should add a little bit of support back. But I probably won't do that in this video. I'll probably do that next video. Alright, now you can see we have our driveway. So we're going to go ahead and get that boat over here. See if it'll fit. Or if I just destroyed one of the walls in my shed. Alright. I'll obviously be having to make some kind of ramp for getting it in and out. But yeah, it 100% fits inside. Definitely plenty of room to figure out the door situation later. And I'll probably be making the support here just to give it a little bit more structure back in the next video. That's the stuff that has to go back in the shed. Besides the 2 seats there, that's trash. And then the mower has to go back in. And the mower is going to fit perfectly right here. So that actually worked out pretty well. And if it doesn't fit, those boxes need to go, they need to be gone through to see what needs to be thrown out and stuff still. But yeah, water's drained out. It's out of the cold, it's out of the wet, it's out of the wind. Obviously there's not a huge amount of space to work on it in here, but I'd way prefer it be out here, or in here, out of the elements, than it's just sitting out there collecting rainwater and you know, deforming the metal from all the weight in it. But to be honest, I don't think it really hurt it. I mean, it wasn't leaking any rainwater or anything. The aluminum definitely flexed, but it had its stabilizers in the back there, and the boards that were bolted down inside never became separated or broke off. So that tells me that, I mean, for all I can tell, there's no harm, no foul to having all that water in there, except for right there. That junk got messed up, so I'll be having to get a new one of those, or heat it up and bend it back. But I think that's going to be the end of the video. I know this wasn't super boat related, but this is a massive step for me, because any forward progress on the boat was being hindered by the fact that I had no way of protecting any work that I did on it because of it being on the elements. And you know, this skeleton was just ripping tarps. I had a form-fitting one that would still let water in even if I belted it like underneath the boat. So there was just no good solution for it. There was nothing I could do about it. This is 100% a great way to keep water out of the boat, keep it dry. So you can guarantee now that I'm gonna have some more boat videos coming up, and we are literally gonna transform this thing. So make sure you stick around to my channel and look for updates as they come out, because this thing is going to be looking quite different here in the near future. Well, that's it for now. If you found this video helpful at all for whatever reason, if you've been looking at my other videos, you know, go ahead, give this video a like, look at my channel, subscribe to it. I really appreciate it. Peace out.